Hello and welcome to the Dragon Den. I'm King of Dragons 5000 and today I have another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Hiya Toys Scylla from Godzilla Kong: The New Empire. Before we have a look at Scylla, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Gundamit.com. Action figures, model kits, and other collectibles, check out Gundamit.com with a link in the description. Taking a look at one of the MonsterVerse's original kaiju, Scylla does look quite impressive. As this is her new Empire appearance, you can see she has this bright orange carapace. And unfortunately for Scylla, she does not come with any accessories. As we take a closer look at Scylla, Hiya Toys has once again done a phenomenal job here with this Titan. Scylla does look quite nice and imposing, and it looks really good with the color scheme. Taking a look at Scylla's head sculpt, they did a very good job sculpting this Cthulhu-like head. Atop her head you can see her orange exoskeleton, which has a lot of nice painted details to it. The paint job on her carapace does a really good job highlighting this very impressive sculpt. Although they did sculpt the eyes here on Scylla, it does appear that there is no paint, so they do get lost in the sculpt. And coming off her face you can see all these gnarly tendrils, which look very good, and they even have sculpted suckers on them. The paint job on these tendrils is done very nice, as they have this really nice fleshy skin color. The rest of Scylla's body is going to be sculpted very well, as you can see all the details on her exoskeleton. The middle ridge going down her spine has these really nice spikes to them, and along the sides you can see that she even has some more spikes on her shell. The bright orange reddish color does look quite good on her exoskeleton, and it does transition to a yellow as you go down her shell. On the left and right side of Scylla's shell toward the front you can see she does have this bone color for her shell. The sculpt work is quite impressive, as you can see all the detailing here on this part of her shell. Moving down to Scylla's legs, she is going to have these very long spindly legs. The sculpt work on his legs do look quite impressive, as it does a really good job mimicking the shell of a crab. Closer to where her legs connect to the torso you can see that they did include the webbing that goes in between all of her legs. Moving down her legs you can see all the ridges and bumps going down her exoskeleton, and they're painted in this really nice orange. Hiya Toys has done a very good job sculpting the ridges and spines going down her shell, and I like this detail that on the inside it's this grayish blue color. All 6 of her legs will come down to this very sharp point, which is done very well. However, it is made of a softer plastic, so standing her up on it might be an issue in the future. And the underside of Scylla is going to be painted in this reddish brown color, and the detailing on it looks good, as the sculpt work looks quite gnarly. Overall, the detailing here on Scylla is actually done very well, as Hiya Toys was able to capture the look of Scylla from screen and bring it to action figure form. She is going to have these very impressive colors going throughout her shell, as we do get some oranges, some grays, some blues. It looks quite impressive. Add to it, she has this really nice sharp sculpt to her that gives her a lot of nice personality. With the paint and details out of the way, let's compare Scylla to our usual suspects. As you would imagine, Scylla isn't going to scale with domestic toy lines, nor is she going to scale with true 1/12 scale. The perfect spot for Scylla is going to be with your MonsterVerse collection, and she does scale nicely with Godzilla and Kong. Having a look at Scylla's articulation, her head does extend and it does move up and down. All 6 of her legs are going to be on double ball joints. All 6 of her legs will have a hinge toward the apex of her leg. All 6 of her legs will have a hinge toward the lower part of the leg. And the bottom spike of her leg will have a hinge as well. Scylla is one of those kaijus that has a very interesting design to it, and Hiya Toys was able to take what we saw on screen and bring it into action figure form. I really do like the design of Scylla as it's so unconventional. There's a lot of things to love about this crustacean. The overall presentation for Scylla is going to look quite impressive as she looks nothing like other kaijus on your shelf. Add to it being this really bright orange does make her stand out compared to Kong and Godzilla. Despite having a relatively simplistic design, they were able to pack Scylla with a lot of details, and the articulation here does work with one exception. Although I do understand the webbing is accurate to the movie, it really does hinder the articulation on her legs. Although the webbing is made of a softer material, it still causes the legs to come back to their original form, and I would have liked it if this was even omitted from this figure. Add to it, one issue you might encounter is that the ball joints on Scylla's legs might be a little bit weak and makes her hard to stand. But the hinges on her legs are very sturdy and I haven't had any issues with those. I do urge caution standing Scylla on the points of her legs, as these are made of a softer plastic and they might bend over time. So overall, Scylla is going to be a great addition to the kaiju shelf as well as the Monsterverse shelf. I really do love when Hiya Toys gives us these really cool looking kaijus, and Scylla is going to fall under that category. I did pick up Scylla from Gundamit.com, where unfortunately at the time I'm making this video she is sold out. However, you can still pre-order her on sites like Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store. If you're a fan of giant crustacean kaijus or just want to fill out your Monsterverse shelf, this is one figure I highly recommend you add to your collection. And before we wrap up this video, a huge shout out to Gundamit.com for supplying this figure. If you're looking to expand your collection with third-party, first-party action figure collectibles, model kits, and other accessories, definitely check out Gundamit.com with a link in the description of this video. And thank you for watching another video here on the Dragon Den, but before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Hiya Toys Monsterverse videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon, where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000 reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.